morning children. Today we will discuss about control mechanism in plants. So how do plants show response to the stimuli? So let us do an activity. So what is that means? So if we touch the touch me not plant. Leaves of touch me not plant, if we touch, all the leaves in the beginning they will be like this. So if we touch them, so they will be folding like this. So how it is happening? That is also because of a touch. Touch is the stimuli, and what is the response means folding of leaves is the response. So how this touch me not plant leaves are showing response means, so the leaves of this touch me not plant, if we observe, so the leaves will be there like this. So at the base of this leaves, they have structures called pulvini. They hold water because they contain large intercellular spaces. So in that the water will be stored because of this pulvini at the base of the leaf. So if we touch, what will happen means the water pressure will be created. So because of touching, what will happen means the water will move towards this direction. So because of that, what is going to happen means the leaves will be folded. So that is a kind of a response to the touch. So that one we call it as a thigmotropism. After 20 to 30 minutes, the water pressure whichever is there, it will be relaxed, and the leaves whichever were folded, again they will be coming back to the normal position. That is one example. Some plants like bitter gourd or ridge gourd or pumpkin plants, so they have tendrils. So here you can observe the leaf like this, and a twine-like structure we can observe. So what do we call that one? That is called tendril. So this tendril in what way it is going to help means, so it is going to help in giving support to this creeper plant. So how it is going to give support? So it twines around the support, any other plant or stick, then it grows. So that one is also one kind of response to the stimuli. So that is also touch. So maybe you might have observed in your houses, in balcony of your homes, potted plants. If we observe potted plants, any rose plant or any other plant, whichever you have, so you can observe the more and more growth of the plant, that is leaves, we can observe towards light. Is it not? Have you observed? So more growth of branches we observe, the branches of that plant will move towards the light. So light is a stimuli and growing towards light is a response. So that we can observe. Whereas shady region, less growth we are going to observe. So that is one kind of response to the light, which we call it as phototropism. So now what you are going to understand, so how it is happening, plants, how they are going to respond to the different kinds of stimuli. So before we go for that, so you know that plants, animals, they are living organisms, and they are going to show the character, that is important character, showing response to the stimuli. So these responses to the stimuli are different in both plants and animals. So in higher animals, we are going to observe the nervous system. For example, human body, if you take nervous system is there, well defined nervous system, then endocrine system is there, which are going to help in bringing control, coordination, or showing response to the different kinds of stimuli. Are we going to observe such type of mechanism in plants? Means nervous system and endocrine system are absent in plants, but we can see some mechanism whichever is going to help in showing response to the stimuli. So what do we call that? How the plants are going to get the response means, that is because of some chemicals. These chemicals are called as hormones hormones which help in growth, especially growth, development, and controlling other aspects. All that is happening because of chemicals which are present in the plants. So now what do we call these chemicals? In other way means these chemicals are called as the plant growth substances. Plant growth substances or phytohormones. Plant growth substances are phytohormones. Plants show response to the light or gravity or water, heat, pressure, some chemicals. So how all this is happening means that is because of plant growth substances. Plant growth substances. So what are the plant growth substances present in plants means there are 5 major groups of plant growth substances in plants in different parts of the plant which are going to help in the growth and development of different parts of the plant. So the 5 plant growth substances present in plants are auxins, cytokinins, gibberellins, then abscisic acid, ethylene. So now we are going to discuss about them. Auxins, cytokinins, gibberellins, abscisic acid and ethylene. So these are the important plant growth substances: auxins, cytokinins, gibberellins, abscisic acid and ethylene. So now in detail we are going to discuss about the functions of each and every plant growth substance. Auxins are helping in cell elongation. Cell elongation results in growth of shoot, root, etc. So because this cell elongation means increasing the size is happening, so growth of shoot system, stem and root system is going to happen. That is because of auxins. Then cytokinins. The word itself, cytokinins are the plant growth substances which help in promoting cell division. Cytokinins help in promoting of cell division and development of lateral buds. Next, it also helps in cytokinins also help in delaying the age of leaves. So leaves are fresh in condition, that is because of cytokinins. Then another point is said to be here, opening of stomata. So these are the functions carried out by cytokinins. Promoting cell division process. So because of that only growth and development is happening. Then development of lateral buds. So you learned, no children? So if we observe the plant like this, so branches are there, and if any branch is cut, another branch or lateral buds are going to develop, so that where these are developing, so that one we call them as lateral buds or lateral branches. So that is happening because of cytokinins, and the delay in aging of leaves we observe, means leaves are kept fresh, leafy vegetables especially. That is because of cytokinins. Then opening of stomata. So you know what is the function of stomata? So that helps in exchange of gases. So unless this process is happening, the exchange of gases is not going to take place. So that cytokinins are helping in opening of stomata. So gibberellins are other kind of plant growth substances, helps in stem elongation, then production of seedless fruits, then seedless fruits means you are observing seedless fruits in pomegranates, papaya, we are not even watermelon, we are not observing seeds. So how it is happening means the gibberellins whichever are extracted artificially are going to be making to induce the plants to produce the seedless fruits. Gibberellin of birds and blooming, then germination of seeds, by breaking seed dormancy. So what does it mean? So we know that seeds, if they are provided with conditions, water, so they start to sprouting. So you might have observed sprouts whichever are prepared by your mother by using some seeds, some grains. So they are soaked in water, and next day if we remove water we can observe white hair-like structure. So that one we call it as a sprouting of seeds. So that sprouting of seeds is also going to be initiated because of gibberellins. Then by breaking seed dormancy, breaking seed dormancy, then development of fruits is also happening because of gibberellins. So now what are the functions carried out by gibberellins? So stem elongation is happening. So stem elongation, unless the stem portion it increases, so the growth will be observed. So that stem elongation, then seedless fruits, production of seedless fruits we call it as a parthenocarpy. Very important. So parthenocarpy is because of gibberellins. Then development of birds, then germination of seeds, sprouting of seeds, then breaking seed dormancy, and fruits development. So you might have observed in especially horticulture, these gibberellins are used in a fruit setting. So suppose if we see the grape garden, so the bunch of grapes we are going to observe. So how they are produced means on the plants farmers are going to spray artificial prepared gibberellins, so that fruit setting is happening. So that is also because of gibberellins. So another plant growth substance is abscisic acid. It is also called as ABA. It helps in inducing seed dormancy. What is the meaning of seed dormancy? The resting period of the cell actually. That one we call it as a dormancy. So here seeds are not continuously developing into further parts. For certain period of time they will be there as seeds. So that is because of abscisic acid. So induces seed dormancy. Then This abscisic acid helps in closing of stomata. So what is the use here, closing of stomata? So we observe in deciduous forests. So wherever temperate regions, if we observe, shedding of leaves we can see. So that shedding of leaves, in what way it is helping? That is to control the water loss. Means water problem will be there. To avoid that water problem, the stomata will be closed so that the water whatever they have taken, it is present in the plant. So if leaves are there, through evaporation the water will be lost. But it is not happening because of abscisic acid. The stomata will be closed. Apart from that, we are observing shedding of leaves so that rate of transpiration will be reduced. Promoting aging of leaves. So because the leaves are becoming old, so the chlorophyll will be lost, it is evaporated, it is exhausted, then the leaves turn to yellow color, slowly they start falling. So falling of leaves, how it is happening? So if we observe the leaf, so this reason a layer is formed which we call it as abscission layer. Abscission layer is formed here because of abscisic acid that is released, and in adverse conditions the leaves are falling. So by aging leaves, that is because of abscisic acid. Now we will discuss about ethylene. It is in gaseous form. Have you observed any time if your mother brought tomatoes which are ripened, very much red in color, and few are green in color? We call them as kacha tomatoes. So if we keep them both together, after few days all are going to be ripened. Is it not? Have you observed like that? That is yes. So how it is happening? The ripened fruit, ripened tomatoes are going to release some kind of gaseous substance, that is ethylene only, ethylene, which is going to help in promoting the ripening of other tomatoes. Ripening of fruits I will write. So here kacha tomatoes, if they are kept with the ripened tomato, so these are also going to become ripened. So that ripening of any kind of fruit is happening because of ethylene. So like that other fruits also you can observe, raw mangoes and ripened mangoes, 1 or 2 if we are keeping, others also will be, or any soiled and any cut piece of fruit if you are keeping, it releases gaseous substance ethylene, and it also helps in promoting ripening of fruits.